So General Mkhwanazi takes the country into his confidence. He comes to us as a country and he's crying for help. This is a man who has now tried and exploited all internal processes, protocols, but he's not getting joy. He, as the provincial commissioner of the police, gets frustrated. A very, very powerful man. He gets frustrated by the process and protocols. He realizes that the only thing to do is to go to South Africans to go and cry. Here's the question. If a provincial commissioner can get frustrated by the system, who do you think you are as an ordinary citizen? Who do you think you are? Why do you think that the powerful can frustrate those that have money, that have political proximity and money? They can frustrate the provincial commissioner. Who do you think, as an ordinary citizen, who do you think you are? You're an operator, you're a bus operator, you're a taxi operator, driver, and all of that. Do you think you will win this battle? It is now clear to everyone that South Africa is infiltrated by criminals. In fact, the system is infiltrated by criminals, and they are controlled by money and power. So today, I want us to zoom into the Eastern Cape case. I'll tell you why the Eastern Cape is important, because Eastern Cape is where the biggest problems are. Why is Eastern Cape where the biggest problems are? Because compared to other provinces in South Africa, Eastern Cape is the only province that still has multiple bodies that are supposed to be the mouthpiece of the taxi industry. Other provinces, there's one, there's two big associations, but the mouthpiece, there's no confusion. But in the Eastern Cape, you have three or four different mouthpieces of the taxi industry, and all of them are fighting for space and power. General Mkhwanazi taught us yesterday that those who have power can actually say, stop that, do this, even when that is against the system, even if it's against the law. The reason I'm making this particular video for you guys in the Eastern Cape today is the following. I got a very disturbing call on Saturday. There's a lady who calls me from the Department of Transport in the Eastern Cape, and she says to me, Isaac, I am not going to tell you my name, because if I tell you my name, I don't even trust you, Isaac, that you will keep me safe. I am just going to tell you that you have touched a nerve, because the problems that we have in the Eastern Cape, in the Department of Transport, the MEC is 100% aware of these things, and some of these things he is supporting. The HOD is aware, and all the HOD is trying to do is trying to beef up his security, because he's afraid that he can be attacked. All of us in the department, others in the department, are just trying to move from this department and go and be deployed somewhere else, because where permits are involved and the taxis are involved, everyone is uncomfortable. We have survived over the years by just trying to mind our business, come into the office, do what I'm supposed to do, and leave. But now it is dangerous, because you, Isaac, you have called the police, you have called the Auditor General, you've called the Public Protector to look into this. What does this mean? It means we are now going to be asked questions. And the answers that we're going to give we are going to be signing our own death warrants with those answers. It's either we're going to sign our own death warrants or we are going to lie to the system even when we're going to give testimony under oath. So it's either we're going to lie under oath to protect ourselves or we are just having to sign our death warrant. So for us to protect ourselves is to try and move out of this department because it is dangerous. So the MEC, HOD, Andy Lefani, these are your people that are talking about this. But let me tell you what they say. They also say that you know that people have exchanged monies. You know that. But everyone in that department is afraid to say anything. So what does this mean? It means that there are powerful men and women with big guns who are watching officials of the Department of Transport. And these guys are connected to some members in the board. They are connected to the senior officials in the department. And all of you are aware of this nonsense, but you also are aware of the pain that the bus operators, scholar transport operators are going through. You know of the Matatiele issue, Mthatha issue, there's Queenstown. Everywhere in the Eastern Cape, there's a problem. But you sit there as the political head, Wena MEC. I have no respect for you. You must know that I have no respect. I don't know who you are, and I probably would not want to see you in my life again. But you are aware of this nonsense and you've allowed it. At least you have created an environment that allows it. Because you needed people who will come and help you. Now, these are the things that you're going to do. We all know that in the Eastern Cape, you can only get about 6 licenses, operating licenses. So every single person who has 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 to 50 or 100 operating licenses, you are corrupt as they come. The reason why you applied for number 7 is because you knew that there are people that you are relying on in the department that you are giving money to. So you as the person who's sitting there with 10, 20, 30 operating license and you brag. You brag with your vehicles and you can show us that when you have too many vehicles, you have just shown the country that corruption is deep and those that are in power can be controlled by money. You have used your money to get people out of the system. So we also know the following, MEC, and I'm talking to you today, that your officials, because I wrote to all of them, I wrote to the region, I wrote to the province, I wrote to the legislature, I wrote to SCOPA, I wrote to everyone, I wrote to the provincial commissioner. But I have no respect for the provincial department subs in the Eastern Cape. Because these things you have known, and you have assisted the corrupt individuals to do as they please, and you have used the state apparatus to protect these individuals with money and power. How do I know that? Where is Katleho Mashasha? Where is he? He was shot daylight in the Eastern Cape as a driver. His body disappeared the next day. We don't know where he is today. And yet he was shot. Where is his body? Who shot him? You know why he was shot? Because he was an outspoken driver at the time who had just lost his boss. So the police system, the intelligence was used to remove a dead person. We are still trying to find that body, and we're going to find that body. You've got the case number. We will find that body. Where it is buried today, we will find it. And those who were in the Matatiele area police station, you are going to have to explain what happened to that body in that case. The district commissioner, there are people in the Matatiele. I know that there were change of management, but you stole a body. Thabo Bester is even better than you guys. You stole a body and you were hoping that this will be buried forever. You know why? Because he spoke against the people you did not want to be spoken about. La lawyer. Bloody witches. So now we know that the mediation panel that requested that the taxi industry in the Eastern Cape, that whole thing must be watched closely by the intelligence. You have removed things around. You've changed things. You've changed the decisions. The MEC said all the mother bodies must be collapsed on the 22nd of October. But he himself went back and did not support that decision. Let me tell you what's going to happen to you. MEC, you're going to have to answer this. HOD, you're going to have to answer to this. Because the Premier will answer. The department spent more than 13 million rand on the mediation panel. The numbers could be wrong, but we know that the mediation panel cost the department millions of rands. And the reason why this panel was done, it is because there were already killings and murders of people in that province. So it was a solution that was brought together by the MEC, and it found that for you to find a solution, all of these things needs to stop. All these mother bodies must be stopped, so that there's one mouthpiece that speaks for the taxi industry. You killed people. MEC Xolile Nqatha, you killed people. HOD, you are the accounting officer. So you guys, you have decided that the 13 million that the people of the Eastern Cape have paid for the mediation panel, you took that 13 million and threw it into the dustbin because you are trying to change the recommendations of that mediation panel. You put on a tie and you bullshit the people of Eastern Cape every day. Your time is up. We're not gonna back down. And this is the problem in the Eastern Cape. And I said, and I'm gonna repeat it now. I pray that this, what General Mkhwanazi did yesterday, showed us all that the issues, and I've said it before, I must say this before I say this. I must say that for us to win the killings, the conflicts, and the wars in the taxi space, it requires intelligence operations. There is no constable who's just driving with a van who's going to solve this thing. This thing, it needs covert operations where intelligence is involved. But the intelligence resources are held back by those with power because you don't want us to uncover this. How do we know this? Mkhwanazi told us yesterday. But because you're holding cases against each other, this person can't do something because you are holding something, you will expose him if they do that. You are doing that and you have allowed the country to be in crisis. So the country as we speak is in crisis. That's the reason why the president is going to talk. And that's the reason why I'm going to write a letter today to the president. I'm not afraid. And I've told you before, you're not going to threaten me with nonsense. Okay? You're not going to threaten me with these things. You're going to answer the questions. And the Auditor General, when it comes there, you, the HOD, you're the accounting officer. You're going to answer. Who are the people who are using the locking details of dead people in your department, of resigned people in your department? You are going to tell us who are those people. or everyone who is in that specific unit who's issuing is going to have to be a suspect, because all of those people there, then they have to answer something. But you also know that there's money between 100 and 300,000 has been exchanging hands. There are operators who bought officials. Alfred Nzo nibolile nina lapho. You guys there, that department, I can call you by names. I'm just waiting for the Auditor General to finish the process. I want to call you by name because I now know you. Murderers. You sit here and you look like you are decent, and you go home as if you come back from work. And you go, all you do there is to go there and get other people corrupt. You have caused pain. Why are the people not getting paid? Why are the Scholar Transport operators not getting paid? Why are you planning to remove their buses and replace them with quantums of people that are politically connected to you guys? Do it. I agree you've done it over the last 10 years. Do it again. Bastards. So let's get to it. We are now here. I'm doing this because I've been told that people are looking for me. I've been telling them that I stay in Johannesburg. You're not gonna try that nonsense here, because people cried, and all we do, and this is what we do. We're a public transport watchdog. We speak justice. We talk accountability, and we holding people accountable. So when you are a driver and you work for someone who is able to destroy other people's lives, you must know that they will not be afraid to destroy your own. That when they don't pay you, they don't feel pain. They will rather choose to buy you groceries and just make you look like a man, but you have given up your manhood to someone. And you wake up every morning and you go, every morning, you go and operate and do and risk your life for someone who you know very well is killing other people. Rather, demand your money. Ask them to give you your money. Because if the Auditor General finds the following, and this is the message I want this message to sink into your space. The first thing that we're going to do is that we are going to say that in the Eastern Cape, the policy, the maximum is that everyone must have about six OLs. Anyone who has number 7, 8, 9, and 10, and 20, and 100, we're going to have to flag those people and flag them. And as soon as we flag them, we are going to revoke those licenses. I know what it means. I know that you as a driver might be sitting there and thinking, so what happens to me? And I know that is going to threaten you. But what I'm saying is that why are we allowing people? You know that in the same rank where you operate, you know that there are people whose vehicles are not even getting this opportunity. You know that that's the case. People are paying monies. We said to the MEC, we said to the Department of Transport, all these associations and the elections that have taken place after the 22nd of October 2024, they must be dissolved. You can't have mother bodies with presiding over elections when the bodies themselves are illegitimate. Let me tell you what you don't know. The MEC and the Department of Transport is afraid to answer the questions that we've asked. We asked the question, did the department change the recommendations of the mediation panel? They can't answer that question because nobody has changed that. So the letter of the 22nd of October still stands. It's a provincial directive. So it is illegal for the MEC to have gone to a meeting last week on Monday in Bisho to go speak to the mother bodies who are supposed not to exist. It was illegal. So the MEC will be found, and I'll show you the pictures if you like. The MEC was found. He's the one who's causing divisions. By the way, he's going to cause these divisions. I'll tell you why. You know why? Because he's going to contest the ANC next year. He himself. He's the provincial secretary of the SACP in the Eastern Cape. The SACP will be contesting the ANC next year. So the MEC, at some point in the next couple of months, he's going to remove himself from the position of the MEC. If he's not removed quicker, he's going to remove himself. You know why? Because he must go and campaign for the SACP. So he can't be trusted. He's causing all this trouble so that you, as the taxi operators, the bus operators, you must support him. Those who don't support him are feeling the pain now. Those that are giving him money, he's doing everything to protect him. You are a criminal. Sue me if you like. Sue me. The province cannot be in so much damage and danger because of your actions. But my message to the provincial commissioner of the South African Police Services is that you need to redeem yourself. That province is in trouble. But it's not too late to change. This video is coming for you. So I'm calling on all the political parties in the legislature, the EFF, DA, IFP, or whoever else is there. Please take up this matter because people in government are about to die and be killed by askaris that are willing to protect their universes. Please save the life. South Africa is already losing 70 people murdered every day. 42 people are dying on our roads every day. We can't afford corruption to be responsible for many other things. GBV is at different levels. Who do we run to if the police are so disintegrated? SACP, look at your person there. That guy there, that one of the MEC there, he must go, that guy. Provincial Secretary of the ANC, please attend to my letter. That guy is causing instability in the country. South Africa can accept or cannot afford any further instability. So this is a developing story. General Mkhwanazi has opened this thing bare, and I want you as the people of the Eastern Cape to be afraid. Provincial Commissioner and the Premier, you better read the room. Read the room. The room temperature, read it and read it well. If you don't, it will cost you. I'm your guy, Isaac Lesole, who's in Johannesburg. Peace and light to all of you. But those who don't like me, go speak to your gogo.